So today we're playing Xenonauts 2, a game where it's particularly punishing if you don't know what you're doing, and since I don't know what I'm doing, let's get to it. Wow, look at all these soldiers coming in that I'm inevitably going to kill. So the world is under attack by a mysterious alien force, and it's our job to protect it, and so we gotta place our base somewhere in the world, and I'm gonna put it somewhere where they won't think to look. In fact, it's a place you can't even see on the map, so I'm gonna have to zoom in. I have to really zoom in. All the way down here in Singapore, and of course we're gonna name that, well, Singapore is abbreviated to SG, and this is the first base that we have here, although I don't know if we can put more than one, but it's SG-1, so it's gonna be SG-1, which is totally not a reference to anything either real or fictional. So the first thing we gotta do is research some vehicles, because we're gonna need combat vehicles. If you know me, we need tanks and everything, and tanks are the solution to absolutely everything, including tanks. Except this guy really hates me. I suspect he might be one of the aliens. I think he's an alien. We should get rid of him. Alright, I'm gonna start that research, and let's have a look at our soldiers. So your basic roster kind of looks like this, and you probably don't need to remember their names because, let's be honest, they're pretty expendable. But this is Alona Andres, and she's very hungry. And of course, these are all the people that are waiting on our helicopter, the Skyhawk 1, to deploy whenever we have missions. We have a couple of them in reserve, but let's hope we don't have to use them immediately, because I'm gonna run out of people otherwise. You know, I've only just realized that we have this hangar down here where we can see the pilot, and this one is Maverick. So obviously we're gonna have to rename him to Totally Top Gun. And then our second plane is piloted by Boomer. It's totally not a reference to Battlestar Galactica in any way whatsoever, although I don't remember Boomer looking like that. And here's the map of the main base, where we have a storeroom and a living quarters. We have a bunch of other buildings that we can construct as well, such as the training center, because the game is already screaming at me that we don't have enough capacity. But then there's also the medical center, which heals people up, and frankly, medical centers are only useful if people come back. So now it's just a matter of speeding up time and waiting for things to happen. Oh, look at that, there's an alien research team. An alien research team has been sighted gathering data? How dare they try to learn? Knowledge is forbidden. Launch the combat team. So now it's just a matter of waiting for Skyhawk 1 to make its way all the way to Yemen, where it immediately turns into a fighter jet. Not entirely sure how they do the Transformers thing, where a Chinook turns into an F-15, but we're gonna go with it. Alright, and the Eagle has landed, where we have to stop them from learning. So obviously I'm gonna move these guys out into a tactically superior formation. And since we've already spotted an enemy, that's gonna make this formation even more superior. This is a formation I like to call let's stand behind the shield guy, which is totally a real formation that you see actual tactical teams doing. I mean, SWAT does this all the time. So since we've got a chance to do this, I'm gonna crouch this guy down, and we're gonna get somebody behind them to actually take the shot. But of course, they're all out of energy, so they're not gonna be able to do that quickly, but this guy can. The only problem is he has to shoot through 3 of his teammates with his shotgun. But that's fine, shotguns are built for long range, aren't they? And of course, we're gonna get the sniper to be as close to the enemy as possible, because I don't really trust that he can actually hit anything. And that of course just leaves our lone shotgunner over here, who might be able to take the shot from somewhere. Well, we got an 18% chance to hit. That's about as good at odds as any. And look at that, 14 damage. And just so she's in cover, we're gonna get her to crouch. Oh, look at that. Who knew that shields can actually bleed? It's taken some damage. It makes me question what these shields are made of, if they're capable of that. While all this is happening, we have a clear shot at this guy, so we're gonna go for it. Don't mind him, just shoot your machine gun right over his head. In fact, I think you can deploy your machine gun on top of his helmet. I hear that's a stable firing platform. Try that with your friends today. Alright, we got another alien over there in the distance. We got 75% chance to hit. That's really good. Who is this guy? Look at that, that's an amazing shot. But of course, if I get my sniper to do that, he has 0% chance to hit, because you can't trust snipers with anything. So of course, there's only one thing we can do, and just move this shield stack all the way up here. And yes, there's an enemy all the way over here that we've just found, but it doesn't matter, because the shield will protect us, because that's what it's supposed to do. This is a formation I like to call tactical clumping. It works really well if your enemy has no grenades. I like that my guys are just going ham on these, because well, that guy's dead. Oh no, we've already suffered our first casualty, and it's the guy, it's one of our assault guys. Wait, don't these guys have like superior armor to everyone else, and yet he still died? Kinda makes you think. Right, 0% chance to hit. Let's go for it anyway. Well, the game won't let me, so it probably thinks I'm trying to be stupid here. But I'm telling you, I'm not, but it's okay. We'll take this 20% chance. No, wait, that's way too high. We can go for 11% instead. Look how much damage that did. You know what? 28 is still a good amount. We're gonna take it. I also want to find out what happens if the shield guy loses their shield. But I guess we're not gonna find out today because, well, he's dead. Alright, time to move this dancing conga line of death along. We definitely want all of our rifle guys all in one straight perfect line. And then we'll just send our saw gunner all the way out here for no reason. Now, I'm gonna make him stare at the wall. You stare at it. You make sure that wall does not move. Alright, and while we're at it, we're gonna peek this corner right here. Something tells me there's probably an alien in this direction, so I'm gonna get the shield guy to run all the way up there. Oh, sorry, I meant shield girl, because, well, you can't tell in the uniform, can you? Although I think that's kind of the point. We gotta make sure our saw gunner is nice and out of breath by the time they get anywhere, before we make the rest of the team join them. And look, there's one. And at this point, you really can't tell me my tactics don't work. We've gotten 3 kills so far. Alright, take the shot. And then you come out here, and you take the shot. Gotta get a nice firing line going. Oh, you don't have enough units to move? Well, that's a problem. It's okay, we'll bring up the next guy. Except he's already completely out of breath, so just stand behind her and don't move. I completely forgot about the rest of the team that we left over here, so we're just gonna get them to run all the way over there. I think the best way to detect an enemy is to just shove your face out in front of the bullets. Oh, look at that, he shot back. But good thing he can only hit one. Uh-oh, she's gone berserk. I don't know what that means, but she's also bleeding. But it means that she can still shoot, and we're okay with that. Yeah, you destroy that gate. Now, there's probably one more enemy somewhere here, and look, we've just found him. It's almost as though you can complete this game by just running blindly in any direction. Just to be safe, though, we're gonna send the girl out with the shield so that she can take the hit for us. But it looks like Buddy over here doesn't want to shoot. Alright, we gotta resume our tactical shield clump over here. And it looks like we actually have a clear shot over here with 25% chance to hit. But you know what? I'm gonna go with as low a chance possible because 11% seems like the way to go. And you know what? There's nothing like a 25% chance of friendly fire to really wake you up in the morning. Now, of course, the Infantry Urban Ops Field Manual says that you really shouldn't leave any room or building uncleared, so we're just gonna plot a path inside here and go for it. Oh, it's a good thing I checked it. There's a guy here dressed in his pajamas, so we're gonna have to get over here and make sure he's well protected. Don't want to leave you without a good night's sleep, buddy. I'll close the door on my way out. And oh, look at that, we spotted another enemy. But all of this moving around really hasn't gotten enough of the troopers killed. I think we need to turn it up a notch. Well, just as I say that, somebody just bled to death. And the aliens are more than happy to oblige my wishes. Now, of course, one of our guys here has a bleeding wound, and that means he's gonna slowly lose health. Now, the proper way to sort this out would be to use his medkit on him, which would remove the bleeding. But that takes away time that we could otherwise be using for killing. So let's move it over here and take a shot at this guy. Wait, he didn't die? Well, better crouch. Now, of course, we're gonna move the shield all the way over here. Because the shield is probably the only one that can actually avoid taking damage at all. And you know what? That gives me an idea. So let me introduce you to the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Thank you for interrupting the game. So allow me to introduce you to the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And of course, no fully armored force would be complete without actual armor, and so we've got ourselves our very own tank. What do you mean this is an infiltration mission and we're supposed to do it quietly? I see no reason we can't pacify the guards out front. Or inside. Whoa! Okay, I was not expecting it to do that. But welcome to the party, Mars 1. Or as I like to call you, Kevin. You know, they say that breaching is the most dangerous part of any SWAT operation. And that's why I think we need tanks. Because knock knock. I mean, this probably gives a whole new meaning to the phrase no-knock raid. I mean, because technically that's not knocking. But I think just for good measure, let's knock anyway. You know, sometimes when I display tactics like this, I have to wonder if someone somewhere is taking notes. But then again, it's something I don't really worry about all that much. It's not like anyone has access to a tank, do they? Now, of course, one of the downsides of using only shields is that they can't fit through windows with them. So if I wanted them to go to this room here, they wouldn't be able to just break through this window. Thankfully, there's another way of doing it. I like how this guy failed to hit any of these three over here, but it's not like they're a really big target or anything. All right, I'm just gonna sneak in here and grab all this data, and then we're just gonna run it back to the chopper. And since this guy over here technically counts as a barricaded suspect, well, knock knock. What do you mean there's such a thing as excessive force? Anyway, we're going through. We're not animals, we open the doors. I like how in that entire exchange, the only damage that was done to any of us was friendly fire. Still, this guy came into the wrong room. 3 shots later, he's actually down. I mean, this guy has an SMG and he's facing off against a literal tank. I don't know what he's thinking. It's okay, he's not really thinking of much anymore. I mean, you say excessive force, I say useful allocation of resources. Alright, so it looks like we have some people in this entire office area that we haven't cleared. So you know what we're gonna do? Hello! Alright, so it looks like they've called for backup, so it's probably time we get out of here. And since we got everything that we came here for anyway, just gotta do some last minute cleanup here. I really do feel bad for whoever has to come and clean the floors in the morning. Alright, well everybody's almost back at the dropship, and we can't forget Kevin over here. So he's just gonna make a beeline for it. And that's a mission complete. But of course, no mission would be truly complete without somebody dying. So unfortunately, Kjell Hansen bled to death on the way back to the dropship. The game actually just crashed. It hates me. And of course, now we have to give our tank his proper name. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and of course subscribe if you're brand new to the channel. If you want to see more games like this, don't forget to leave a comment down below and let me know how much you liked it. My name is Panzer, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.